Welcome to the YouTube channel Math Skill. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter Quadratic Equations. The numerical is solve the equation 4x square plus 3x plus 5 equals 0 by the method of completing the squares. This is part of CBSE as well as NCERT for 10th standard mathematics. I'm your trainer Venkatesh K. Let us start the solution. Let's note down the given problem. The equation is 4x square plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. We will have to solve this equation by the method of completing the squares. In our earlier videos, we have already seen that the equation once expressed in standard form can be solved by using method of factorization. Similar to factorization, there is one more method called as method of completing the squares. Now, if we observe the given equation contains the first term as a x square term, second term is a 3x term, that is it contains x, third term is a constant term. Therefore, the given equation looks like a equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, that is it is in the standard form. Once the equation is in the standard form, we can start the method of completing squares. First step in the method of completing squares is to convert the first term as a perfect square. The first term can be expressed as a perfect square either by dividing the first term by 4, that is upon dividing the first term 4x square by 4, 4 would get cancelled and we would be left with x square term. Also, one more method would be multiplying the first term by 4, that is 4 multiplied by 4x square would be 16x square, or 16x square can also be written as 4x whole square. So since there is a whole square for a bracketed term, therefore it is a perfect square. That is step number 1 is completed. Step number 2 is to express the middle term as a 2ab term. The third term is to add and subtract b square. Fourth step is to apply a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square formula. Whether a plus b whole square formula is to be applied or a minus b whole square formula is to be applied depends on sign of 2ab term. So here for the middle term, because there is a plus sign, therefore here a plus b whole square formula will be used, not a minus b whole square. After applying the formula, step number 5 is to simplify to find the roots of the equation. So roots can be found out if the real roots exist, else they cannot be found out. Now we will see whether the roots exist or not. Now let's start the solution with step number 1. In order to start the solution, let's multiply the first term by 4x square by 4 to express it as a perfect square. In order to multiply the first term by 4, we will have to multiply the entire equation by 4. That is, let's multiply both LHS and RHS with 4. With that, the equation would be 4 multiplied by 4x square plus 3x plus 5 within bracket is equal to 4 into 0. On RHS, we will see that 4 is getting multiplied to 0. 0 multiplied by any number would be 0. So therefore, on RHS, we would be getting 0. Now coming to simplification of LHS, 4 should be multiplied with all the terms. That is 4 multiplied by 4x square is 16x square. 4 3s are 12 followed by x plus 4 5s are 20. Now the first term 16x square is not a perfect square in this fashion. So let's rearrange. Therefore 16x square can be rewritten as 4 square x square or 4x whole square. Now because for the term 4x there is a whole square, therefore 16x square is expressed in the form of a 4x whole square, which is a perfect square. Let's replace the first term 16x square with 4x whole square. So therefore 4x whole square plus remaining two terms as it is equal to 0. This completes the step number 1 to express the first term as a perfect square. 4x whole square is a perfect square. Therefore, step number 1 is completed. Let's move to step number 2, which is to express the middle term plus 12x as 2ab term. So 12x can be expressed as 4x multiplied by 3. Now why we are expressing 12x as 4x by 3 is because we want to have a term called as a 2ab, because where there is a square we have 4x whole square, therefore a is equal to 4x. In order to have a 2ab term, I'm taking this 4x multiplied by remaining term, therefore plus 12x would be replaced with 4x multiplied by 3. Also, now this is looking like a into something. Now I want 2 into a into b. Therefore, let's multiply and divide by 2 for the second term. That is, first term 4x whole square would be remaining as it is, plus we have divided and multiplied by 2, that is 2 by 2 multiplied by 4x into 3 plus 20 as it is. That is, upon simplification, so 2 in the numerator is written here, 4x as it is. Remaining two terms with 3 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator have been clubbed. That is 3 by 2. Now this looks like 2 into a into something, that is it looks like 2 into a into b, which completes the step number 2. Now in order to proceed with the step number 3, let us add and subtract 3 by 2 whole square on LHS. That is, first term 4x whole square plus 2 into 4x into 3 by 2 would remain as it is. Also plus 20 would remain as it is. Now two additional terms would be getting added, that is plus 3 by 2 whole square and minus 3 by 2 whole square are the two new terms. That is what we have done, addition and subtraction of 3 by 2 whole square. Now this completes step number 3. Also, now let's start the step number 4. We know a formula called as a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab, or a square plus 2ab plus b square. Or the same formula could be rewritten as a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square. Now in formula we have three terms, a square plus 2ab plus b square, which looks like 4x whole square plus 2 into 4x into 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 whole square. That is, instead of these three terms, let us apply the formula and make it as one term, that is a plus b whole square. So where there is a, there is 4x, where there is b, there is 3 by 2. Therefore, it looks like 4x plus 3 by 2 whole square. So here I made a substitution for three terms in terms of a plus b whole square minus 3 by 2 whole square and plus 20 would remain as it is here. Let's simplify this. So this completes the step number 4. Let us try to find the value of x. Let's start the step number 5. Now in order to simplify these two terms, 3 by 2 whole square plus 20. 3 by 2 whole square is looking like a by b whole power m, which is equal to a power m by b power m. So in next step, 3 by 2 whole square would be becoming as 3 square by 2 square plus 20, and 4x plus 3 by 2 whole square would remain as it is. That is, 3 square is equal to 9 and 2 square is equal to 4. Therefore, upon simplification, we see that here LCM would be equal to 4, that is 9 by 4 plus 20 by, if there is no number, which means it is 1, 4 and 1, LCM would be 4. Therefore, by taking 4 as a LCM, we see that 9 would remain as it is, because it is 20 divided by 1. The LCM 4 would be getting multiplied to numerator, 24 is 80. Now plus 80 minus 9 we would be getting as plus 71 divided by 4. In order to find the answer, so let's transpose plus 71 by 4 towards RHS. Upon transpose, plus 71 by 4 would become minus 71 by 4. That's what we see here. Therefore, 4x plus 3 by 2 whole square is equal to minus 71 by 4, or 4x plus 3 by 2 is equal to plus or minus square root of minus 71 by 4. Now we see that within square root there is a minus sign. Because there is a minus sign within the square root, therefore no real roots exist for this particular equation, as within square root if there is a minus sign which will provide a imaginary number. That is why we we conclude that no real roots exists which satisfies the given equation. In order to conclude, so what are the steps that we have done is, in step number 1 we have multiplied the first term by 4, wherein we have got the equation as 4x whole square plus 12x plus 20 is equal to 0. In step number 2, in order to express the middle term as a 2ab term, we have expressed it as 2 into 4x into 3 by 2. In step number 3, to add and subtract the b square term, we have added and subtracted 3 by 2 whole square. In step number 4, we have applied the formula a plus b whole square, wherein we got 4x plus 3 by 2 whole square after applying the formula along with two more terms. After simplifying, we found out that within square root there is a negative number. That is, to conclude, we said that there are no real roots which exist. Thank you.